Hello, beautiful humans. Today I wanted to talk about that thing we all love to talk about, right? Money. My name is Madiha, and right now I'm living on a beautiful island, Bali in Indonesia. And this has only become possible because I have learned to navigate and activate the frequency of money. And if you are shuddering at even hearing the word, then this video is for you. Because the reason I wanted to talk about money today is because I value freedom. And the proposal I wanted to make is, if you love freedom, if you value freedom, then you need to start understanding and playing and activating the money frequency within you. Because we all know we live in a world where money is an access to many of the things we desire to be and do and travel and connect and learning and offering. And so in order to be totally free, we need to understand, what is this value? What is this being that is money? And I remember when I was young, whenever I would be a good girl or be a bad girl, my parents would threaten me with my salary or my, what do they call it? Like compensation for the month. And this was something that they could threaten me with when I'm being a good or bad girl. So that made me feel like there was a connection between what I can and can't do and receiving that flow from the universe. So they could threaten my freedom of choice, my freedom of going out, my freedom of doing whatever I want with money. And so if I really wanted to be free, which means to do and be what I wanted, then I would need to find a way to make my own money. And of course, you are desiring more freedom in your life. So understanding why you want more money, for example, to be more free, will really support and inspire your journey to reconnect on that level. And I am still in my process of understanding, healing, and amplifying my connection with the money goddess. Yes, there is a money goddess. So today I want to invite you to imagine a life in a world where you are able to make all your choices based on what you wanted, what you desired, who you were, what you believed in, what you were passionate about. So instead of choosing to go to a $200 retreat in your own country, you can actually spend $10,000 going to a retreat in a country like Costa Rica to learn from the best teachers in the world, because you have the freedom of choice. So imagine that life where you are able to go to the supermarket and choose the organic food you want, and you're able to see a mission that you are inspired by and donate more money to that. And you're able to go to the places you want to go to on the weekend and eat in the restaurants you want to eat in and give the people you want to give. And all these choices being so freely available to you because you had money. Because this money was availing, if that's a word, your connection to freedom. So if one of the expressions of money is freedom, and freedom is money, then how about I dive into this journey and this process by knowing that deep why, that with money I will be able to make the choices that are truest to my soul. And I will no longer be making choices based on if I can afford it or if it's too much or what's my budget, but actually I have such an abundance that all my choices are guided by my purest and most soulful desire. Now, wouldn't that be a beautiful world? And my message for you today is that's possible. You can create that world if you just start to work on your money beliefs and money wounding and money desires, and really own where your limitation is and where you wish to grow. And I'm still owning. There are places where I still judge coaches who, charge a big amount of money. And I'm like, what? Why are you charging $50,000 for coaching? So of course I'm not charging that because I'm judging that. And part of the process of understanding and feeling and working my way subconsciously through that will allow me to access deeper levels of freedom. Behind it will always be freedom. And the most beautiful thing when we start to tune into what money is in terms of a value exchange, it really derails money from something outside of me that I can't have to simply an exchange of value. So if I want to receive this value of money, the question becomes, what can I offer? What is the value I'm going to give? What are my gifts? What is my desire in giving to my community? What are the things I'm inspired to be and offer? And so instead of me asking how I can get more money, like where is the money and where shall I go, I'm asking from inside out, what can I give? And that really derails the old paradigms of money. And it becomes a way for you to discover your purpose. Because purpose is an offering of your being. And your being has immense, infinite value. So you accessing that immense, infinite value in yourself is you accessing your purpose. And so money doesn't become just this thing I need to heal and make more of and fill in my bank, because ultimately the greatest bank you will fill is your connection with yourself. But the more you connect with yourself, that will open your ability to give of yourself to your community, to your circle, to your friends. And the more you give of that value, of that talent, of that beauty, the more something will want to come back naturally by law of the universe. It goes and comes. And so if you start to ask yourself today, how can I serve? Then your whole paradigm with money will start to shift towards finding solutions and finding offerings and simply working your way to asking for what you deserve and what you believe you deserve, and working with the limitations that show up on that path. When I first started coaching, I think I was charging something like $500 for a few months of work with me. And at the time, that's what I felt I had to offer. That was a starting point. And that's where I was. And now my coaching packages have, of course, increased a lot, but the value I have come to know and offer is 10 times what I charge. 10 times at least. The transformation and the beauty and the connection and the feeling. And so I asked myself, what do I have to offer? How can I be of service? And part of that becomes contributing to the whole. Because if I'm making more money, that also means I have more money to give to the people I love, to the foundations I believe in. For example, me and Ihab, some of our, we put a percentage of the money we receive every month to giving. And part of our giving, last giving, was for our families. We just gave these gifts so they can go travel and enjoy. And that felt so good. And had I not worked with that, and had we not worked to receive more money and give more value, then we would not have been able to give even more. And in a world that's really ruled by corporations and people destroying the Amazon and working for petroleum and destroying the earth, then any money I make can start to feed back into the things I believe in, regeneration and the earth and community. And I know for a fact that that will be an impact. And so the next level of that becomes impact. And for Ihab, that's the main word. Impact. The more money he gets, the more he can pump into reaching more people and changing the Arab world. And so when you find the depth of your why, and you find how money can allow you more freedom and more of your truth and your purpose to come through, then you'll stop resisting that journey and really start to take it seriously. And I take seriously that even where I am right now, I have my limitations with money. I have the places where I'm uncomfortable to stretch. I have places where I judge people who ask for too much. But looking at myself 2-3 years ago, I thought money was evil. I told Ihab when we met, I want nothing to do with money. I used to have a successful job. I did this. I don't want to be a part of that world anymore. And he was like, oh, I've worked through that process. I don't want to go there again. And it took me many years to really see what was happening subconsciously. What were the stories and beliefs and traumas I was holding on to and meanings? Because money doesn't create greed or violence or imbalance in the world. Money amplifies what people are. So if I was seeing that around me, it wasn't because of money. It was because of who people are at the core. Money doesn't corrupt. Money amplifies the corruption that exists in people. And money also amplifies the love that exists in people. So the more money I make, the more I can learn to give more love through money, through the gratitude of money. And that feels good to my soul. So I hope this video was useful for you today. I just wanted to start to talk about some of the things that have empowered me in this journey, and to remind you that financial empowerment is a big aspect of your process for freedom as a woman and as a human. Because as long as you are depending on your family and your parents for financial support, then you will never be able to be truly free. So focus on your money journey and healing, and read the right books, and work with the right mentors, and learn from people who have been there before, so that you too can access that level of freedom and love and generosity in the world and impact that you deserve to access. And that is my message for you today. Of course, I have so much to say about this, and so much to journey as well. And that's why in the future I'm going to be creating a program called Money Goddess that's already in the making, but it's still cooking. It's not there yet. I just wanted to start offering these messages. And if this is something you want to learn more about, please leave me a comment telling me I want to learn more about this, so that I can know if this is something the community wants, or maybe that's not in the field right now. Either way, I love you. I send you all my blessings from Bali. And if you enjoyed this message, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next week. All the love.